Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me. Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
African American maternal mortality rates are 3 times those of white people, white women. How can we address this issue of the disparity between the health rates?
So, can I sound just a little bit impatient here? I want you all to think about this. It's exactly as the Reverend Daughtry said. It's African American women died about 3 times the rate of white women, and that's true when you adjust for everything, for education, for income, for neighborhood. Something bad is going wrong. And the idea that we say, well, we're going to raise awareness about this. I mean, I'm not opposed to raising awareness, but I want to see something real happen. And for me, that means money. So I want to see us put in the resources into the places that are treating black women, into the hospitals, into the doctors, into the community centers where they receive treatment. I want to see us put the money into the studies to figure out what's going wrong. This is literally a matter of life and death. And I'm way past let's raise awareness about this. I'm to the point of saying, let's do something about this.
So these are the topics that are being discussed on the campaign trail by Democrats. And, of course, Donald Trump is on the campaign trail talking about New Hampshire was stolen from him, and white supremacy, and immigrants are, somehow costing us money when obviously we know that immigrants contribute about $1 trillion to our economy every single year, and that immigrants to this country are more likely to start a small business than native-born Americans are, and, that they are an important part of paying into Social Security, taxes that they will never benefit from. It's just there's such a contrast here. Trump is playing conspiracy theories on the campaign. There's illegal voters in California. New Hampshire was stolen from the Federal Elections Commissioner got on the TV this weekend and said, if you have any proof that anything was stolen from you, I would say, show it to the Federal Election Commission, because otherwise, just shut up about it, because nothing like that has happened. Okay? And if it hasn't happened, you really shouldn't be telling people everything is rigged and that illegals or dead people vote 10 times. I mean, it's just such a strange environment. I can't even believe this is really happening in this country, that people don't know what to believe. Truly, you don't know what to believe. You don't know that things haven't improved financially for you. You don't know that things are getting more expensive, even though he keeps telling you that you're not paying for these tariffs. We're seeing inflation begin. We're seeing wages, stay stagnant. Maybe wages go up 1.3%. Prices go up 2.5%, which means it's still costing you more to live than before he was president. What's wrong with people? I keep reading these weird news stories of people at a farmer's market and Klansmen, doing watches in all white neighborhoods. And the leading cause of death for black men is being shot by a police officer. And 4 kids in Arkansas are held at gunpoint by some woman who's terrified of black kids fundraising for their football team. And immigrants have to go back. And the real problem with Israel is Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. When there's this white supremacy and the Proud Boys, you got Patriot Prayer guy surrendering himself to the police. You got 12 arrested over the weekend. You got some truck driver at an ICE facility who slams his truck into a 64-year-old man and breaks his leg and causes internal bleeding. And Lou Dobbs is on Fox News saying the protesters caused their own internal bleeding injuries. I mean, this is a sick world. This is just so bizarre. I can't even, and it's getting so bad. It's getting so strange. It's getting so dangerous. It's getting to the point where people just, they're just shooting and arsenals and kids and Twitter and hostage taking. And I can't even stand it. I don't even know. And this man won't stop. All he talks about is how New Hampshire was stolen from him and crowds. I mean, literally, he was on the tarmac this weekend. And they were asking him about, the likelihood of a recession and why doesn't he cut the crap with his trade war? And farmers are not, they're not exactly buying his swill. They are literally insulted by him and by Sonny Perdue, who said that farmers were a bunch of whiners. That they should just find their patriotism and take one for the team while their entire businesses are being decimated by this man. Soybeans are rotting and farmers don't know when they're going to ever get their market back because he destroyed it. And he's saying, people need to be institutionalized. Guns are not the problem. It's deranged people. And Fox News is against him now. And all of a sudden he noticed Juan Williams, who is like a token liberal who's been on Fox News for like 20 freaking years. All of a sudden he's like, Juan Williams is ruining Fox News and I don't know why they're trashing me and my crowd size in New Hampshire and windmills kill people and I mean, it's just this is an unhinged man. How is he allowed to even stay?
Well, Fox has always given me, I'll tell you, Fox is a lot different than it used to be, I can tell you that.
Oh, my God.
Juan Williams.
What?
Then they have the wonderful woman that gave Hillary Clinton the questions. That was a terrible thing. And all of a sudden she's working for Fox. What's she doing working for Fox? Fox has changed. And my worst polls have always been from Fox. There's something going on at Fox, I'll tell you right now. And I'm not happy with it.
I'll tell you right now. Buddha boom boom.
I don't know what's happening with Fox, but when they have like a Juan Williams who's never said a positive thing, and yet when I show up at the Fox building, he's out there, oh, sir, could I have a picture with you? Could I have a picture? And he was 100% nice. I mean, you've never asked me for a picture. No, they have to run it the way they want to run it. But Fox is different. There's no question about it. And I think they're making a big mistake because Fox was treated very badly by the Democrats. Very, very badly, having to do with the debates and other things. And I think Fox is making a big mistake because, I'm the one that calls the shots on the really big debates. I guess we're probably planning on 3 of them.
What is he talking about?
Well, I'm not happy with Fox. I'm certainly happy. I think Sean Hannity and Lou Dobbs, and I think Tucker Carlson and Laura and Jesse Waters and Janine. We have a lot of great people.
Oy.
Even Greg Gutfeld. He wasn't good to me 2 years ago. Now he sees all I've done. He said, would you rather have a great president or a nice guy? I don't know. I think I'm a nice guy. But nobody's done in 2.5 years what I've done. And I say that a lot, and very few people can challenge it. The first 2.5 years, nobody's done what I've done in terms of tax cuts, regulation cuts, the military, the vets, the choice, so many different things. Nobody's done that.
Mexico's going to pay for the wall. We're going to do an infrastructure bill. I saved it for the second year because it's so easy. And healthcare, you're going to have a cheaper, better healthcare plan. It's going to be so amazing. The man has done nothing except transfer the wealth to the top 1%. 83% of that tax cut went to the top 1%, and everybody freaking knows it, okay? He's destroying our economy. He has absolutely no clue what he's doing on trade, and he is literally destroying a 10-year expansion by engaging in this bizarro trade war. I mean, he and all he talks about, New Hampshire was stolen from me.
All over the place, everybody's saying, wow. Our competitor has virtually no crowd. I don't know what that means. I assume that's a poll of some kind. But I think we're going to do very well in New Hampshire. New Hampshire should have been won last time, except we had a lot of people come in at the last moment, which was a rather strange situation. Thousands and thousands of people coming in from locations unknown, but I knew where the location was. But I think we're going to have I think we're going to have a tremendous success in New Hampshire.
What is he talking about? Thousands and thousands of people came into New Hampshire from places unknown, but I knew where they were. He was doing it again this weekend. He was talking.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Every place I go, we have lines outside. Then we have even phony stuff with that. You guys were in New Hampshire. Maggie was there. You saw that room was packed. And they had they had thousands of people outside.
My God.
And then I see some phony website, some wise guys put up, that place was packed. And the New York Times actually saw that. And actually there was a massive flag behind, and even the seats behind the flag where you had no view. Because those people came down to be on the floor. But all of the people, any empty seat, you had the people come down to be on the floor.
He is so twisted. He's explaining why there were empty seats behind him. It's because the people came down to be on the floor. What is wrong with him? Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.